Good evening, students. Today we have to discuss the three laws which is given by Mendel's. Okay, so it is the most important and beneficial role playing in the hereditary and evolutions. Okay, this is the very important topic because this topic is generally come in the 10th class, 11th class and 12th class also. Okay, because these topics are also important for PMT and NEET exams. Why? Because Mendel has given the clear cut hereditary evolution system by using three different types of laws. The first one is law of dominance. Dominance I already told you which are most superior than inferior. Okay, that is called the dominance. Second, law of segregation. Segregation means something we have to segregate from that type of mixtures. Segregate मतलब होता है किसी चीज को अलग करना. We have to separate from any other source. And second, law of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment means any characters which are self-recognized, they can able to express their own character without any mixing. It is called independent assortment. जो अपने characters को independent way में show करे, that is called independent assortment. So in previous video we have discussed the monohybrid and dihybrid cross. We have also discussed the phenotype and genotypic ratio of both the cases. But today the most important topic we are going to discuss, and I want all and everyone attentions to please watch all the video carefully, because all three questions are very important for your board exams, because one of the topics will sure come in your board exam. So you have to pay your most attention. First we are going to discuss the first law of dominance. Okay, what is the meaning of law of dominance? Dominance means, firstly I want to explain you that if someone is generally perfect and they are capable to express their characters, and someone and that is not able to express their characters are called recessive, and the characters which express its own self are called dominant character, and characters which cannot express their own self are called recessive. In previous video I already told you that, but today we have to see by using definitions of law of dominance. Okay, so here law of dominance, when crossing between the pure of contrasting character. Okay, what is the meaning of pure of contrasting character? So here I am going to summarize all the topics, so you all have to follow very carefully. So first, when you crossing between pure of contrasting character, suppose here I am taking two characters. Okay, so that is capital T, it is a homozygous, and here small t, it is also a homozygous. Why? Because they both contain pure types of traits. Okay, because they are not in a mixing, and if I write that type of characters, it means they are heterozygous. Heterozygous means two different types of characters they carry. First capital T and second is small t. So when crossing between pure for contrasting character, both are different. It is a capital, it is a tall, and they are small t, it means they are very small. Okay, they are dominant character. Why? Because they have a capital power, and they are small due to their recessive power. Okay, so when crossing between pure for contrasting character of a pair, only one character of the pair appears in the F1 generation. When you have to done the crossing between two, t, small t, second we have to cross between also, and next we have to cross between, we get, and second we have to cross between t. Okay, so in F1 generation the characters are generally similar. So which type of characters we have to see there? Here is capital T and here small t, here also capital T, here also small t, capital T, small t, capital T and small t. It means that the tallness character of all the children are generally appear as tall. ठीक है, क्योंकि सभी में capital T है, it means all the characters are tall in nature due to the F1 generation. ठीक है, first generations में we have seen that all the characters are generally appeared as tallness. It means the tallness is the dominance and small t is the recessive. यहाँ पे जो अपने characters को show कर रहा है, that is called the dominance character. जो अपने characters को express नहीं कर पा रहा, like small t, it cannot express their own character, they are called recessive. ठीक है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो small t है वो अपने character को show नहीं कर पा रहा है, लेकिन capital T here it can easily express their own character are called dominant character. Dominant मतलब capital T जो है small t के ऊपर हैवी है. ठीक है, इस कारण से कैपिटल टी का यहाँ पे डोमिनेंस कैरेक्टर देखने को मिल रहा है. इट मीन्स ऑल द प्रोजेनी ऑफ two different types of contrasting characters appear as a tall, and none of them I think came here as a drop. So here, when the crossing between pure or contrasting character, only one character, सिर्फ एक character इसमें, it means the character is totally tall. एक characters, ठीक है, of the pair appears in the F1 generation. Only in F1 generation only tall characters are appears. Why? Because they are the dominance and recessive. It means that the small t is generally hidden due to the recessive trait. In second way, we have to know that this character is termed as dominant. Dominant means, here what is the dominant? Dominant means capital T is the dominant character. Why? Because they can express their own character, but while the one which not express its character in F1 generation are called recessive. एक कैरेक्टर ऐसा है जो अपने F1 जनरेशन में अपने कैरेक्टर्स को शो नहीं कर पा रहा है, that is called recessive characters. Okay, again I am telling you, law of dominance means one character is always superior and one character is always inferior. Why? Because capital is always in a capital form, it is always greater, and small is always smallest. Okay, so comparison in that we got the idea here. Tall means capital T, and here drop, and drop means small t. So when you do the cross between different types of characters, you get only tall variety. Okay, that is called the law of dominance. Okay. Next we have to discuss some more interesting second law, Mendel's experiment. Okay, in this experiment we have to see that the Mendel experiment is totally done on doing the proper segregation between two different types of traits. Okay, why? Because here the alleles I already told you, the genes of the characters are genes remain together and segregate at the time of gamete formations. Okay, when you want to make a gamete from that type of portions, their gamete will totally segregate, but their the characters are not mixed with that hybrids. Okay, so here suppose I am going to tell you that here is a capital R and capital R, and here small r and small r. Okay, so if you want to make a gamete, definitely you can able to make a gamete by crossing over. Okay, here capital R, small r, here capital R and small r, and here also capital R, and here capital R and small r. Okay, now here the four types of generally gamete formation you have to segregate from each and one. Segregate means you have to use a Punnett square. In previous video I told you that by using a dihybrid and monohybrid cross you have to use Punnett square. Punnett square is a special type of box in which you have to place a different types of, like, okay, here this is the capital R and capital R, and here is the small r and small r. If you want to do the experiment with only two types of gamete, definitely you will get the result of, if you will do, because here what we have done, here we have done that we have segregate capital R from that portion and small r from that portion. It means that law of segregation means we have separate the alleles. Why? Which type of alleles? We have separate capital R in a difference and small r in a different. ठीक है, capital R को हमने अलग ले लिया और small r को हमने अलग ले लिया. That is called the segregations of gamete formation. यहाँ पे gamete बनाने के लिए हमने ले लिया. Next, what we have done? Capital R cross with small. Result is that same. Result is that same here. Okay, the result is same. It means that the gamete formation also took place by segregate different types of gametes. Here you have done the gamete differentiation. आपने यहाँ पे gametes को बाहर निकाल लिए और आपने इसको fuse किया, ठीक है? If this means that alleles do not mix in the hybrid, it means capital R do not mix with small r. क्यों? क्योंकि capital R आगे चल के small r कभी नहीं बन पाएगा and small r आगे चल के capital R नहीं बन पाएगा. Why? Because they are segregated. क्योंकि वो दोनों अलग अलग, हर एक इंसान, हर एक जीन्स, हर एक कैरेक्टर्स अपना अपना अलग डोमिनेंस रखते हैं, क्योंकि वो किसी के साथ मिक्स नहीं होते, ना किसी का कैरेक्टर किसी में मिक्स होता है. मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट यू हैव टू फॉलो दैट capital R is always in a capital R. It can never be a small r. ठीक है, अगर मैं बात करता हूँ y की, तो कभी भी y जो है, ठीक है, कभी भी स्मॉल वाई नहीं बन जाएगा या कभी भी स्मॉल वाई कैपिटल वाई नहीं बन जाएगा। मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज टू डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ट्रेड्स हैव ऑल डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स। जितने भी ट्रेड्स है, जितने भी कैरेक्टर्स होते हैं, ये सबके अलग होते हैं, ये कभी एक दूसरे में मिक्स नहीं होते। मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट यू हैव टू फॉलो दैट, do not mix with the hybrid non mixing character। Non mixing means here capital R when crossed with small r, it means the result will be what here, but it is not happen. In place of small r there is a capital R and small r, so that is called the purity of gametes। यहाँ पे mix cross करने के बावजूद भी इनके जो gametes हैं वो mix नहीं होते हैं, that is called the purity of gametes। And purity of gametes means all the characters always show their own features। Okay, that is the most important part of law of segregation। Again I am telling in a short summarize that when you cross between the gamete formation, you have to segregate the alleles from the different traits like this, capital R and small r, and when you cross between two things, the capital R shows their own dominance and small r there shows their own recessive characters, but capitals R cannot convert into small r and small r cannot convert into capital R। That is the most important point of law of segregation। This is called the purity of gametes। purity of gametes का मतलब होता है कि ये सबसे साफ होते हैं क्योंकि इनके कैरेक्टर्स कभी दूसरे कैरेक्टर्स के साथ मिक्स नहीं होते हैं। कैपिटल वाई स्मॉल वाई नहीं बन सकता और स्मॉल वाई कैपिटल वाई नहीं बन सकता, दैट इज इम्पॉसिबल। दैट इज कॉल्ड द लॉ ऑफ सेग्रीगेशन। ओके, नाउ द थर्ड वन इज अवर लास्ट टॉपिक ऑफ टुडे क्लास, दैट इज द लॉ ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंट असॉर्टमेंट। ओके, इन प्रीवियस वीडियो वी हैव डन द एक्सपेरिमेंट ऑफ डाइहाइब्रिड क्रॉस, बट टुडे वी हैव टू डिस्कस सम मोर अबाउट द defined functions of law of independent assortments। Okay, so last topic is the law of independent assortment। it means that when you cross between two or more than different types of contrasting characters, they always express their own character by itself। it means that every character has their own expressions to express own self are called independent assortment। अगर दो प्रकार के अलग अलग कैरेक्टर्स हैं, उनको जब भी हम क्रॉस करेंगे तो क्रॉस में हमको ये नहीं कि कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी बन जाएगा या स्मॉल टी कैपिटल टी बन जाएगा। इट मींस दैट कैपिटल टी इज ऑलवेज इन अ कैपिटल फॉर्म एंड स्मॉल टी इज ऑलवेज इन अ स्मॉल फॉर्म। ठीक है, इट मींस दैट दे हैव द इंडिपेंडेंट इन नेचर्स। व्हाई? बिकॉज वी आर गोइंग टू take a look of small examples। it means that when you cross between two different types of traits, like we have done the capital T and small t, here the capital T does not interfere with small t and small t does not interfere with capital T। it means that the capital T does not make a small t in a capital T and small t does not make capital T in a small t। so problem is that कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी को हिंड्रेंस नहीं करेंगे और स्मॉल टी कैपिटल टी को नुकसान नहीं पहुंचाएंगे। इट मींस दे ऑल आर ऑलवेज एबल टू एक्सप्रेस देयर ओन कैरेक्टर्स वेदर दे आर डोमिनेंस और रिसेसिव। इट इज नॉट अ मैटर, मैटर इज दैट दे बोथ कैरेक्टर्स आर जनरली एबल टू शो देयर ओन कैरेक्टर्स। अगर कैपिटल टी है तो ये अपने कैरेक्टर्स को शो कर रहा है, एंड इफ it is small t it means it is showing their own character। ये अपने कैरेक्टर्स को शो कर रहा है। इट मींस जो भी हमारे कैपिटल टी के कैरेक्टर्स हैं, जो भी स्मॉल टी के कैरेक्टर्स हैं, ये इंडिपेंडेंट मतलब अपने कैरेक्टर्स को शो करने में ये पूरी तरीके से स्वतंत्र है। दैट इज कॉल्ड द इंडिपेंडेंट असॉर्टमेंट। नाउ टेकिंग एन एग्जांपल, this law state that when individuals of difference in a two are more than two pairs of contrasting characters, दो या दो से ज्यादा और भी अगर contrasting characters को हम लेते हैं and they are crossed, जब उन्हें क्रॉस किया जाता है like this we are doing cross, अगर हमें क्रॉस करते हैं the inheritance of any one pair is not affected by the presence of other। इसका मतलब इनका जो inheritance है कैपिटल टी का, उसको स्मॉल टी अफेक्ट नहीं करेगा और स्मॉल टी का जो कैपिटल टी है वो उसको अफेक्ट नहीं करेगा। दैट इज कॉल्ड द लॉ ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंट असॉर्टमेंट। इट मींस दैट all the characters are self replicable and self independent to express their own character, whether it is dominant, whether it is recessive। okay, this is the third law of independent assortment। so here I have explained all the experiment। in first we have discussed the law of dominance, second step we have done law of dominance after law of segregations, and third we have done the experiment of law of independent assortment। again I am going to revise only that topic This law state that when individuals difference in a two or more than pair of contrasting character, अगर दो या दो से ज्यादा contrasting characters को हम लेकर क्रॉस करते हैं, क्रॉस करने के बाद उनका जो इनहेरिटेंस हो यानी जो इनहेरिट होकर आते हैं वो उनके जो पेयर बनते हैं, कैपिटल टी कभी स्मॉल टी को अफेक्ट नहीं करेगा ना स्मॉल टी कभी कैपिटल टी को अफेक्ट नहीं करेगा, ठीक है। दैट इज called the presence of two factors and it is not affected, that is called the law of independent assortment। ये पूरी तरीके से independent होते हैं and that is the most and important questions for your board exams। okay, till then whatever I have taught you today you all have to revise and make a special note. If you get any problem you can ask me। okay, thank you students।